Good evening. I'm gonna get right into this video, and I'm gonna get on with what I'm gonna talk about is kind of related to the last video. Is it fair for somebody to do their own thing, like without having some kind of peer or friend or relative or whatever it is, some kind of compadre or something? For them, is it okay? Is it fair for that person to do as they want or whatever their thing is? And I'll tell you, it is. It's absolutely fair. Anybody in this world, if they feel like taking on a venture which is kind of independent or self-motivated, whatever it is, it's totally fair. But I'll tell you right now, 99% of, I did no, let me fix that. At least 90% of people don't want to do that. People typically are social animals. They like to be with another, at least few people doing something together, whether it's a course or whatever it is, any activity. And then they grow together. And then if things don't work out, then someone leaves, goes there, someone goes there, and then they find their own, and life goes on, basically. First of all, I'll tell you why it's fair. If you do that and you're fucking up really badly, people are gonna tell you, they're gonna say you're fucking up really badly, for example. Can I fuck up really badly? Of course. If I start doing something that, let's say I'm doing something really good, but I'm doing it too much. You know what I mean? I'm overdoing it, or you know what I mean? That's kind of on me, right? Like I might think, well, I'm in the right. I'm doing something productive. I'm doing something positive, and I'm doing something good. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's okay to do it too much. I mean, they say, they say exercise is healthy, but you can't run a marathon every day. You know what I mean? It's not good for your body. You know, your bones start breaking down. Your muscles get too much. Your legs get too much because you already have weight on your legs, and now you're carrying it while running all that distance. It's really tough on your body. So that's one thing there. So, but the point is that I'll tell you, I've always been that person from the very beginning. One of the reasons I got that card was that, first of all, was that I was the most well-behaved in any group. So I was literally the most well-behaved kid. I didn't used to do stupid kid things like suck my thumb or do stupid little shit like that. I never did anything like that. One day somebody told me, hey, when you go take a dump in the potty, this is how you clean yourself. I said, is that how you do it? They said, yeah. So, okay, I went in, I took a potty, I cleaned myself perfectly, and I came out. So I'm not your average person, first of all. And I was always supposed to be the mature, the nice, and the most well-behaved kid. I was known as the most well-behaved kid. The only bad thing that I did was because there were so many people throwing insults at me all the time, was because, everybody has something. Oh, he's too fat. Oh, she's a slut, or whatever. Like, not that young, but everybody has something. Oh, four eyes. Whatever. Your eyes look funny, chinky eyes. I don't know. Whatever people come up with. Oh, your feet are so big. Whatever, right? But I didn't really have anything, so people would just throw fake disses at me all the time that weren't even true. And then my mistake was that I started loving it too much, so I'd give them shit, and then they wouldn't like it. They would take it personally, and they would not talk to me after that. But as far as behavior went, the teachers will attest to. They'll say that it was a pain in the ass for them that I never that I was happy to just get a C, because if I got a C, I passed, and it wasn't as bad as a D. So why not? Now, I had very high expectations for I don't know what reason. They expected that first grade I'd go in there, I'd be getting. Everybody thought I was a super genius who was around me. Now, they thought I was stupid when it came to street smarts, but they thought that I was gonna be the best book smart kid in the world. I was gonna become an engineer or something, and people would agree. Even older kids and older people would agree together that, oh, he's gonna just go out of the ballpark, or whatnot. and it was a real hard time kind of selling. I had to kind of act like I was not as smart, so I get some pity thrown at me because I'd be like, look, I really wanted an A, but I couldn't get it. You know what I mean? That was kind of my attitude. But behavior wise, I was really good. Now the point is, okay, so when I was 19, right away I got my apartment. I had money already saved for it. I got the apartment. I was working 2 jobs, and I was making a lot of I was making enough money to live, and it was cool. But that venture didn't go well. And the funny thing is, it didn't go well. Well, look, I can make all the excuses in the world. That's what I learned. Now, is it an excuse? Like, let's say somebody's supposed to be your relative or something, and they put something in your food, for example, and you're vomiting like crazy. You know what I mean? And they actually did that to you. Like, they'll planned it and did that to you, out of fear that you would become more successful at a much younger age and make them look less. A lot of kids, they have sob stories, and then they use that to, oh well, I'm so free willy, I'm free, I'm a free spirit, whatever the fuck they come up with. But I was doing that kind of thing, but from a kind of disciplined perspective. Anyways, I ended that, and whatnot, and I felt like I fucked up, which is true, because had I been competent enough, I would have never ended up in that position. Now, it's another thing if it's like way out of the world, where like, let's say the police are after your ass and they just want to fuck you. That's a different kind of situation. That is what it is. But that situation was kind of my fault, because I should have been able to read things better, and at that time I was not able to read things as well. So yeah, that's my point. When you take on an adventure and you fail, you gotta kind of lean back and you gotta go with what's being instructed or what's being given out. Now, if you fail, like let's say you fail 2-3 times, okay, strike's done, man. You gotta go with whatever's being given as protocol here. You gotta do that. So you do that for a little while. Now, if you do that long enough and you're successful at it and you're doing well, you can have another opportunity to do that self-venture again. But do you understand why people don't want to self-venture? It's highly dangerous. You can be put in tough positions. It can really fuck you up bad. People are generally very social. They're not able to take solitude. I can kind of take that. I have a more of a tolerance for things like that. So that was my point. Is it fair? Yeah, it's fair, but it's not like, dude, it's not like, see, this is how stupid people are. It's not like Kobe came straight from high school to the league, dominated. Now everybody gets to do that or whatnot. That's totally stupid. You get a shot. Dude, you get a fucking shot, man. I don't care. Listen, just don't bullshit anybody. Did you take gym class, man? Did you play any sports, man? You had a shot, right? You took it or you didn't take it. You did well, you didn't do well. What was the deal? But you had something going on all the time. You can't say, well, this guy, oh, that's my way of doing. No, you can't do anything like that. And you're not gonna ride on my back, man. I'll tell you that right now, man. I turned into a little, You're not gonna ride on my back, man. I'll tell you that shit right now, man. You're not riding my fucking coattail. Anyways, the point is that you can do that, but it comes with conditions, man. You really have to, you gotta do a good fucking job, man. You gotta brave stuff, and you can't fucking complain. You can't call people and start complaining. Oh, my life is so terrible. Oh, this is so hard. You can't do that. During that venture, you can't do that. If you go with them, then you can kind of give them a little bit of, oh, I fucked up. It was so bad, blah, blah, blah. You can kind of put that on. But while you're in there, you can't call anybody and say, oh, this is so bad. Oh, I'm having a tough time, blah, blah, blah. You can't do that shit. You cannot. Can't do that shit. Everything comes with a condition, man. You can't just become a business owner overnight and you're making millions. Dude, you got to put in a lot of risk, man. I mean, listen to me. Remember Wall Street in New York? When the Wall Street crashed, all these super confident, Harvard-educated stock guys, advisors, whatever they were, these guys had their own $8 or $9 million put into stocks. When the stock market crashed, dudes were in there fucking $30,000 suits. They were jumping out the window of their building, of their office building, to commit suicide, man. So always remember that you're not, everything comes with a condition, man. You can't just take on responsibility or something and expect that everything's gonna, it doesn't work like that. Things don't come easy, man. You gotta put in stuff. Dude, I did rob a bank. How many people are gonna rob a bank, man? They were throwing 7 years at me. That was my first charge as an adult. They were throwing 7 years at me. They wanted me to agree. So my first offense, I'm supposed to get a deal, right? Whenever you're a first time offender, they look at you as, the thing is, repeat offenders keep repeating. So they're like, dude, if you let you out, you're gonna commit an offense again. But first time offenders, they go, well, it's his first time thing, as an adult. He's just committing an offense. You know what I mean? So first time offenders have a higher success rate of never offending again. So they get a deal. Dude, they were giving me 7 years right off the bat. They were like, we want you to do 7 years, nothing less. You can't do less than that. We want you to agree to do 7 years of time. They told me that right off the bat. They said 3 years for this, 2 years for that, 2 years for this. Your total is 7, and we're not giving you anything better than that. They weren't giving me anything better than that. They wanted me to do 7 fucking years. Okay? I did that shit, man. And the last 3 years, dude, was pretty tough, but nothing came easy. Now, the problem with me was that I smile a lot. Something bad happens to me and I come out smiling. I'll tell you, I have that problem. When I was a teenager, sometimes I used to just start laughing. Like, laughter would just come out of me. There wasn't even anything to laugh about. I would just start laughing. But that was me. That was my personality. That's how I was. You know what I mean? I can't help it. That's just it's my fucking genetics. It's my DNA or what. That's the way I am. You know what I mean? I can't just, I can't do that. So that's the thing. But I mean, if you're an adult, man, and you're willing to do your own right, you can go on and take it. Now, look, if some little bitch who has a sob story, first of all, before you tell your sob story, tell me this: what happened in order for that sob story to occur? What did you do for that sob story to occur? Number one. Number two, here's number two. Number two, if I do something well, I'm not working for you. Whoever's working with you is gonna get fucked over, because I know that you're not smart. I know that you are not capable of pulling that off by yourself. Let's say I made a weight, right? Let's say tomorrow I ran a full marathon, 42K, and I ran it in record time. I was the number one guy. I won the cash prize of $25,000. Okay, let's just say that happens, right? Doesn't mean that makes you me. You are not even capable of doing that yourself. You got somebody putting you on, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these 5 people are not your commoners or your average people. And I'm not talking about money. I'm saying they are higher up. You know what I mean? And listen to me, I'm telling you right now, if you do that kind of shit, you're putting your name on that guy behind him thinking nobody knows. You will get found. They will know that it was you. And I guarantee you, wherever you're sitting, you're going to drop from there. I'll tell you that right now. And you know that. You know how the rules of this world work, man. You know how it is. People are held accountable for everything, man. Everybody is held accountable for every little thing they do, man. So back to my point to conclude this. Yeah, you're allowed to go on your own venture. But if you go out and you fuck up, you gotta come back and you gotta at least do whatever is being told for a little while before you go out again. You can't just do that. Now my biggest problem, I'll tell you, was that I was a bit naive and I used to trust people almost blindly. You know what I mean? Oh man, what should we do? Tell me what to do, man. I'll do it. Tell me what to do, man. Where should I go? What should I do? Tell me exactly what, man. I'm gonna fucking do it. And for years and then the last time I was just like, dude, I'm done with this, because I got fucked over so bad by somebody who was so capable and highly intelligent. They fucked me over, right? I got somebody else. Now he, seeing that I came out of that so strong, looked at me and said, okay, I give this guy a little bit of respect, but I'm gonna try to use him just a little bit, because I need to use him for some things, right? That finished, but he was much better than that. He did use me or whatnot, but I kind of gained from him as well. I'm gonna continue on the next video.